Hey guys. Well, I'll say, excuse me. After that first night in the hotel, things seemed to lighten up a little bit, but still, like I was saying, this is wiped out. Done in by whatever it was. Well, we've been praying and praying. And it seems like it's lightened up some. And then at one point, I heard that, I think it's a Nickelback song about this is how you remind me of what I really am. That's that one where he sings, "Are we having fun yet?" And what I could tell you is, no, we most certainly weren't having fun. Unless you call, a feeling of being drained out and possibly, poisoned and like you might need to spend a few days in the hospital. But it did lighten up, so, I mean, it hasn't proved. But the interesting part was, and again, I was talking about the music, Now, excuse me, how there might have been somebody to meet. There was a lot of people out. And coming down the boulevard there, I looked over and said, pretty girls. I thought I was supposed to, I think. Them in their ponytails. Excuse my voice. And then I saw a pretty lady in a dress. So that stood out. Yeah, I think she was in a red dress too. Look out, Neo. And I went up and I parked here and I parked there and trying to find a spot out of the way where I wasn't being surrounded by too many. Because you know how that goes sometimes. And then I don't know why, but I was circling through the pickup area for the cardiac. And I came down out of there and I made a left coming out and saw some woman coming down the steps of the church with her baby, her little boy. And I don't know that she was really dressed for church, but she had pretty hair. It was this real super curly, like permed hair. And it was all blonded and stuff. And all I could think is a pretty lady with a pretty baby. And I come rolling by her, and she looked over at me and smiled, and I was stunned. I do believe I was completely stunned, because what hit me there was she wasn't just pretty. She was very pretty. Very, very pretty. And I'll tell you right now, if I ever see that face again smiling at me like that, and with that hair and all that get up, I will have to stop and just say something. I'm sure of it. And what she was reminding me of Sharon Stone, like in from the movie Total Recall. Just real pretty. It was pretty amazing, actually. And there was several people that I saw smiles from that were uncalled for. It's just the undue friendliness that I used to be more accustomed to 20 years ago. Whenever I did go to pick up the cardiac from the hospital, there was some people coming out, and there was a woman and then another woman behind her, and they just looked at me and smiled real nice. It was just such a pleasant smile. But the best smile of the day, guys, was this young man that was following them. At first he looked a little confused, and then I looked at how his features were, and I realized, he must have the Down syndrome. And he looked at me, and then he started to look away, but then he looked back, and he kept staring as he walked towards me like he couldn't look away. And then he raised his hand like to wave at me, and he kind of smiled, and I waved at him and smiled real big too. I thought it was just a very sweet moment. And it was just, one of those vibe things. And I've had that many times with children and stuff like that where they're staring and just smiling and stuff. But then again, who knows if they're really kids? For all I know, that's some 70-year-old person who's been rolled back through some dark magic or something like that. But it was interesting. The experience was interesting. And I decided to stay a second night in the hotel. I just thought, man, I need the rest. I was receiving a few of the same intrusions that I would normally feel there at the house. So it felt like somebody might have followed me. Then I woke up this morning. Oh, God, I don't know. It's well before daylight. And, of course, no matter how nice these places might be, you can hear. And I was hearing someone next door speaking fluent German to someone who was on the other end of the phone speaking German. And I don't know why, but it certainly did strike me as unusual and significant somehow. Today, it seems like we may have made a little headway regarding the residents. But boy, I'll tell you, as easy as it could be, it seems like that lawyer office just really wants to drag it out and make it difficult. But it does look like it's going to work out, thank God. And we'll have a place to stay here that's not being microwaved. I decided to get something different tonight. And weirdly, I was rerouted from the place I was going to and recommended to another place, which is something that's happened before, with the strangest damned reason. Their policy is they don't rent to locals. Now, does that seem right to you? Also, I don't think it's legal. I think if there's an opening at a hotel and you want a room, I think they're pretty much by law supposed to rent that room to you. But I don't know yet. But it does seem very strange. I haven't been able to eat. That first night in the hotel, I was feeling so bad, I thought, well, maybe we'll do some sugar water. So I got a Coke, and I was trying to sip on that. I don't think I drank but half of the thing over 2 days, because I just couldn't really take it in. Today I had a couple of those like freezer, like flavor ice tubes, and that was really all I could do. It's been, something keeps getting on me, and it's hot, and it gets up there near my belly, and it just makes me feel like, like I want to puke or something. It's just bad. I've been praying about that. It feels like an awful lot of the same thing's been after me for a long time. So I'm praying about that too, and hopefully that'll get worked out soon. Because, after all, it's kind of hard to rest if you have turmoil, a battle going on between you and, something hotter than what you're accustomed to. So again, guys, pray for us. Pray that, we get that house soon and it's a safe place for us, where we're not getting zapped or attacked or anything. And it's not too expensive to get the plumbing fixed. Thank you for your love and your support. Thank you for your prayers. And the one thing I can tell you that I found out from staying in motel rooms for a couple of days is there's absolutely nothing to watch on television, is there? I mean nothing. Since it's ate up with commercials. And is there a channel that you can watch that doesn't have pharmaceutical commercials telling you that you're sick or you're going to be sick or here, take these diseases and go get these drugs? It don't look good. It doesn't look like a good thing to watch. And there's lots of reasons. If you understand, you know. So, in short, lots of weird stuff going on. Looks like some stuff's going to improve. And hopefully we're being separated from whatever it was that was trying to kill us or love us or whatever it was doing. And we'll move on. Again, thanks very much for your love and support.